Hello all, my name is Abhilash Nambudiri. I'm an assistant professor at the Ajagiri Business School here. Today I'm going to talk about some topic which might be of interest to you, which is how to tackle the initial 5 minutes of an interview. I'm sure you all must have had a lot of interviews in your life, and I'm pretty sure that you all will agree that the most nervous and jittery part of any interview is the first 5 to 10 minutes. Now, I will speak about my own experience in a while, but let me reiterate the main aspect of wading through the first 5-10 minutes of an interview is preparations, and preparations. Now, what to prepare? Now, when you go to an interview, the only thing which is common between you and the interviewer is your own CV, which is your resume. So start by preparing a great resume which will have a lot of questions for the interviewers to talk about. Otherwise, the interviewer will talk about what they are comfortable with, which you might not be comfortable. So it is very important for everyone to have a resume which is curious enough for the interviewers to ask questions, which in other words means if you have done something, don't just mention it as a one single line or a one word. Try to explain it as crisply as possible within the limits of a CV length so that it will lead to further questions on the same. So given the fact that you have prepared a great CV, which has got a lot of what we call the doors, the next preparation comes to your introduction. In 99.9% of the interviews, the first question is introduce yourself. Now, why the interviewer asks the question, you have to understand. All about you is there in your CV, your name, your qualification, your interests, what you have done in your graduation, post-graduation, everything is there in your CV. But even after that, the interviewers ask you to introduce yourself. The real intention behind the question is they want to know how interesting a person you are. That is not a forthcoming in a CV. So that's where your role comes in as a candidate. You should have researched enough on at least one topic which is privy only to you, which the other person might not have so much of vast knowledge about. In my case, I come from a place called Thrissur. So in a lot of my interviews, where those interviews were very critical to my academic career, in a lot of those interviews, my selling point was Thrissur. So I would start the introduction process as if I come from a place called the cultural capital of Kerala, Thrissur. Now, if you say this, there is no other question which comes to the interviewer's mind than why Thrissur is called cultural capital of Kerala. Most of the times, these interviews happened outside the context of Kerala as a geography, and hence, probably I'm the only person competent enough to talk about the cultural capital of Kerala in that interview board, which makes me a better candidate to express what I've researched, because there is a lot of research gone behind my saying of cultural capital of Kerala. I've done enough work on why it is called like that, what are the different cultural heritages of Kerala, of Thrissur, different festivities, and associated with that, how the culture comes into the picture. All those things I have researched. Probably those are the things which is not privy to the interview board. So more often than not, probably I could only find only one instance where I was not able to put this up front in the interview, but everywhere else, this question has led to the other questions and led to other questions. And at the end of the 45th minute, probably I have spoken for 40 minutes, which is a good indication of my getting through to that interview. The only thing behind tackling the initial 10 minutes of the jittery interview process is preparation at two levels. One, on your CV, make enough doors for them to ask. Second, have something unique to yourself which others might not be privy, and hence you can talk about it at length with confidence because of your research and preparations. Thank you.